That's gonna be a tough one.
Okay, well, that's my concern. And then the other one was the banking of the sick hours and being able to cash them in. And, you know, one of the things that, you know, that I looked at, well, I'll go through the charts. If we don't do anything, if we make no change, make some assumptions first of all. Let's make an assumption that, you know, the employee makes $80,000 a year. That's $41.66 an hour. Okay, so he banked roughly $2,000. And this employee plans on working 3 more years. That's 27 years worth of $2,000. He wants to work another 3 years. Well, that's 110 hours that you get per year, which gives you 2330. And then, the way it currently stands, you can cash in 33% of that, which is 768.9 hours times 41.66 hourly rate. That person could cash in $32,032. If we look at the 60 hours, let's make the same assumptions, 80,000 per year, 4166. That person has banked 2,000 hours, cashes in 2,500. Then he doesn't take any sick days. He adds another 110 back in, which takes his total up to 2,050. The second year he cashes in 60 for another $2,500, which takes his total down to 1,990. But he doesn't take any sick days, so he gets another 110 hours, which takes him to 21. The third year, same thing, 60 hours cashed in, drops him down to 2040. He picks up another 110. 2150 is the total now after 3 years. Then he can cash in 33% of that, which is 709 hours at 4166. He now can realize 29,557 plus 7,500 that he already cashed in. So he's effectively getting $37,057.
So that scenario's about $5,000 more than what it currently is at.
Correct. And then if you go to the 100 hours and you do the math, same thing. 2,000 hours, subtract 100 hours, he gets $4,166, but he gets 110 hours back. He's now up to 2010. He cashes in 100 hours. That's $4,166 again. He gets another 110, which takes him to 2020. He cashes in another 100 hours, which is 4,166, but he picks up another 110 hours. So then, when he's ready to retire, he's got 2,030 hours, which takes it to 669.9 at 4166. That's 27,908, plus the 4166 times 3, which is 12,498. So he gets 40,406.
Which is $8,400 more than it currently is.
And what this is saying, no change, 32,000. That's by law. We have to do that. 33% is by law. But if we give this person the opportunity to cash in his hours, it jumps it to 37,057 under the 60-hour cash in, and under the 100-hour cash in, 40,406. It's a 16% penalty on the 60-hour, and it's a 26% penalty on the 100 hours.
Can I ask a question? I just want to make sure that I'm clear.
Yeah.
If we did one of these two cash in, the dollar amount that you're looking at that we would be paying out at retirement for the 60-hour week would still be $29,557 a month. Is that the right dollar amount?
That's correct.
At retirement?
At retirement.
And then the 27,908?
At retirement.
At retirement, okay.
Right.
I just-
And now keep in mind, this is a little bit lower than what it actually will be, because we're basing it off of
80,000.
Yeah, and
80,000 a
you
year.
know that, yeah, we get that. That was a nice amount that you based on. I would have gone higher since they make more, but I just wanted to make sure. One of the reasons that I liked the idea of them cashing out now was that I thought it was going to make more of a difference when they retire.
So we're proposing that we keep this on the
Keep it the
table,
same.
but vote it down and just move on.
The other issue that I have with this, you know, people being able to cash in their banked hours is, the reason that the state did this was that so you could accumulate hours, and in the eventuality that you had a catastrophic illness, or your spouse had a catastrophic illness, or your child had a catastrophic illness, and you had to be a caretaker, then you would have banked hours, you wouldn't lose any money, you'd be getting your salary, you know, up to the number of banked hours that you have. And if you cash it in, and let's say you're you know, someone who's new to the city, and they've got 200 hours or 400 hours, and they decide they're going to cash in 60 of that, and then 60 of that. I mean, they have nothing. If they have some sort of a catastrophic illness, they have no banked hours, and so they can only cash in what they have left.
And if you recall, Gizmala said he actually has more than 2,000 hours.
Well, I don't know how many hours he has, but you know, that was you know, that was a comment that was made that he was over 2,000 hours. So I just, you know, why do that?
Well, on the flip side though, and again, I appreciate putting my name and Snitzky's name up there. The way I remember this thing going down is the administration came to us for an increase in the range, and part of that was the 60 hours, okay? And Tom said, no, let's give him 100 hours.
Make it 100, so
Let's make it
we're doing
100.
this
And I
here.
said, and I gave the rationale of 60 because that's what the union got. So it's not my proposal. I mean, I know it's an election year, thanks for the grandstand, and
Okay, then.
but the
All
name
right.
don't need to be
No,
up
I
there. It
agree.
should have been up there
I
60.
agree.
No, you
I
did that
agree
for a
with that.
reason,
we can-
come on.
Then we'll just put
But you
Delaquilla
did that
next
for
to
a
it.
reason.
Put Delaquilla up
You
there.
did
I
that for a
agreed
reason.
with it because I thought it, and I probably should have done some
But this-
figuring, and I appreciate you
Okay,
guys.
no, and I
bringing
appreciate it too. You know, and I really wanna sit down with you, Tim, and go over the numbers a little bit more and understand a little bit better.
I
Okay,
tell you,
I
you know,
would
Mike,
really
I would
to
like
do
to,
it.
here's what
No,
I heard.
I wanna sit down.
Here's what I heard you say. I heard you say that this is a bargain for the city, this is the better way to do it,
Well, this-
if we go with 60 hours, and I don't see it.
This
I don't
is
see
a
it.
bargain for the city if you take somebody, and I think, was it Fetchko? When he retired, he got $100 and some thousand in sick time.
I don't remember how much it was.
There was somebody, I mean, remember when I first got on, got over $100,000 in sick time.
Fetchko died.
Yeah, you got
But
it.
what he, or was somebody got over $100,000 in sick time, I don't know. But the thought being, if you start this from day one, not just 3 years, if you start this from day one and piece out a little bit every year, that would avoid paying 6 figures once the guy retired.
Well, I'd like to see the breakdown on that. But in this
But I would
this
really like
scenario,
to
this
sit
is
up.
what, but Mike, this is what we're
Okay,
dealing
I
with
want to
right
sit
now
down.
with
I wanna
those
understand the
employees,
numbers.
right now.
I really wanna sit down and understand the numbers with you.
Take
Okay,
a
no, but I mean, I wanna sit down with you, you and I can sit down and just run through it with me. This way, if I got questions, I can ask them. I like to digest that a little bit.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So you and I'll sit down, we can go over it.
I'll tell you what, why don't you take the sheets and tell
You
me
wanna sit down
where
and we
I'm
go over it?
wrong.
No, I'm not saying you are wrong. I never said you were wrong. I would like to understand it.
Okay, I thought it was pretty self-explanatory.
You wanna sit down with me and explain it or no?
Not really.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
This to me is amazing. I'm in the real world, not the civil service world. In my
Oh, man.
world, it's use it or lose it. What is mandated by the state to me is wonderful. It's generous. Why are you trying to up it
We
in a
weren't-
city that has?
We're not up in any.
We weren't actually
Financial.
trying to up it. I will tell you that I agreed with this because, and based on these numbers, I should have done more homework, but I thought that rather than have a large lump sum when they retired, and we know that 2 of these guys are going to have to retire in 2 years. So I thought rather than have a very large lump sum at the end of 2 years, that it would cut down and spread it over the years. You know, if they took 60 hours now, it would make more of a difference. With it making only a $3,000 difference and us actually paying more in the long run, I am leaning towards leaving it alone. And I agree with you, we got to use our sick time, and we couldn't even use it. Tim brought up catastrophic for family. If you couldn't use sick time for family,
No,
you had to use it for sick.
no. So
I
this is
thought-
civil service mentality to me.
I'll also add to this, I heard, the lieutenants say that, you know, he's had, you know, guns pulled on him and he's always, you know, he's in danger and all that good stuff. We have an ordinance on the books right now. If an officer is injured, you know, while he's on duty, that could be a car accident, that could be, you know, whatever. He gets 180 days, he gets up to 180 days of his full-time pay. Besides this, he doesn't even have to touch that. He gets 180 days, 6 months. So, you know, I mean, how much benefits do you need?
I got 2 hours a day and just send home.
Not to mention that they're asking for an increase in their salary as well.
Which we all said no.
Which we all said no.
I'm
We all
just
said no.
reminding you of that. They're paid very generously. We don't need to, I don't think we need to increase
I
it.
think it's far too generous.
I agree.
We can't
Frankly,
change
we should-
that, though. We have no control over that at this point in time.
We have changed it for future hires at that
Right.
point.
So in 2 years, when these guys retire, things change at that point. But they tried to, being civil servants, they took the money away from them in 2011 and then had to give it back, so.
My coworkers have not had a raise in 14 years. If you look at the Ohio labor statistics, we're suffering.
I agree.
So if we have to suffer, I think we need to share the pain.
You know,
As much as I
and since-
appreciate
And since my
the
name
safety
got thrown up
forces.
there, you know, my wife and my combined income is what my income was